I love that they brought back the Cabbage Man.
Oh,
My
no.
cabbages!
The Cabbage Man? I was glad they brought back the damn foaming mouth nigga, and then he had a son.
Man.
They both all that bullshit. The wife sitting back there like, this
nigga here.
I was like, he had a son. I was like, and she pregnant.
Is you ready?
They said, is he attractive? He's attractive.
It's in the bone structure.
It's in the bone structure.
And he was. Hey, man, come on now. Xavier.
Yeah.
With the chair. Get up. Get up real quick.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Xavier, get up. Get up.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot. I'm not keeping none of this shit.
Ow.
This is hip hop, nigga! Speak your shit!
Anyway.
Welcome.
Nigga.
Huh?
What's going on, everybody? It's another beautiful day in the niggerhood here at From A to Z Podcast.
Well, you're right, Alex. We're here back with the From A to Z Podcast. Tell us what is on the schedule for today.
It's your girl, Alex, a.k.a. A Lushy.
And this is your boy, Zay, a.k.a. Prince Lush, coming to you live. Channel 3.
Remember what we was talking about last time about what I was going through at DreamCon when I had my story time? And I was saying that I was having a fight of my life because my uterus was on 10.
Y'all should never ate that apple all them years ago.
I'm on 10. Hey,
don't care.
A lot of people don't believe in that, so we're not going to get into that.
All right, that's fine.
So with that being said, how y'all doing? I'm still here. I showed up because I'm a real ass nigga. I'm a real ass bitch. And that's on me. Anyway, what you been up to, Stink?
Work, adulting, life.
Fun.
Yeah, man. I didn't ask to be here.
Well, we're here.
I don't know why. Should be able
We
to
are
sue.
here.
I actually do have grounds to sue. There's presidents.
Hey, I'm grateful, you know. I've been having a pretty good couple of weeks. Been making some progress in my life. I can't complain. Very grateful.
You just complained about your period.
That's worth complaining about. But you know what?
Why?
There is a silver lining because a win is a win. Your bitch is 8 for 8 this year. Hey!
What the fuck are you?
All my childless bitches.
Aaron
What's
Judge?
up?
What does that mean? Never mind. I see what you just said. It's disgusting.
Hey, your bitch is 8 for 8 this year. Not a skip, not a miss. We doing our thing, bubby. Hey! Yes!
I just threw up in my stomach a little bit.
Man. But today is a very special episode. It's honestly a long time coming. We have been wanting to do an episode. We have been wanting to touch on this topic for a while.
Since season 1.
Since season 1. It just never seemed to be the right time. But it is the right time because the universe has provided us with the new IP that we have been wanting for a long time with this Aang, the Last Airbender movie.
I.e. book 4. We know that.
I.e. book 4, but not really. I wouldn't consider it book 4. Okay, we have the live action. They're finally coming out with the new animated series, the follow-up Avatar after KORRA. Just so much Avatar shit going on right now this year, 2026. This seemed like the best time to bring this conversation around. And because, at least I have seen, a lot of niggas talking crazy online about the Avatar universe, about Avatar Aang, Avatar KORRA, so on and so forth. And we just felt like it was about that time for us to come and add our 2 cents.
I like to add that Paramount, y'all full of shit.
Very much.
That movie could have went straight to theaters.
It really
y'all
could have.
wilding for that. I'm sorry.
Yes.
And that's why it got leaked. I didn't watch it when it got leaked because I'm a real fan. I ain't gonna do that to the production company.
Same. Give me some.
And yes, I am judging the folks that did. I don't care how y'all feel about it.
Yes.
But regardless of that,
Y'all
that should have went
bitches.
straight to theaters. That was a waste. Y'all lost a lot of money because y'all don't have no faith in the Avatar universe or the Avatar fandom. Y'all are fucking wilding.
Y'all are really wilding because I can only imagine how many niggas only signed up just to watch that motherfucker on y'all free trial.
Exactly. Or watched it for free last year.
And then deactivated that shit. Or watched it for free. No, earlier this year. That was a few months ago.
Because look, I don't need to go to Paramount Plus to watch Avatar Last Airbender. I got the complete works 3-disc set.
Listen.
Blu-ray.
So with that being said, I'm ready to get into it. You ready to get into it?
I'm about to dive in.
Yuck. What the fuck was that?
Straight songs. You know the nigga that can sing but can't sing at the same time? Yeah.
First of all, saying can sing in the same sentence as that weirdo is beyond me.
I said can and can't.
Anyway,
I wanna leave
first let's get into this new Aang, The Last Airbender film. We watched it the night it came out.
We watched it the
night it came out. You watched it when?
Last night.
Tell me your thoughts. You want to go first?
I was adulting whole week. Yeah,
How you feel about it? Wait, first of all, what do you rate it? What do you give it?
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I boosted it because it's something that we've been waiting for. But granted, it still was very good. I mean, there's comics out there that I need to go read my damn self. I'm not gonna lie to you. That I could have read that showed them a little bit after the fire of the 100-Year War. But shut the fuck up.
That's all, folks. Damn. All right, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
Up since 7.
Go ahead.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
Anyway, but no, like just seeing grown team Avatar was just so beautiful for me. Like when I saw Toph, I almost brought a tear to my eye. I'm not gonna lie to you, but all of them look like a bunch of bad bitches. Sorry, everybody had a glow up. It was crazy.
They did. They all aged very well.
But storyline wise, I could tell immediately where it was going. As soon as I saw Tiger when he pulled up, I was like, he's gonna be one of the villains that say he's gonna fix the world and not save it. Yeah. I was fucking right. I was like, nah, he wasn't teamed up with that Avatar. Sonam locked his ass away. I don't have proof yet, but it's given that. Mm-hmm. But man, like showing, I don't think they knew what they were prepared for, because when he brought up the word tether, you can remember what they said in KORRA when Zahir was talking about it. There was a lot of things that the airbenders could do back in the day that they stopped because they kind of tethered themselves and grounded themselves with their ideals about being.
Yeah, no, that nigga came from an ancient line.
A warrior type peacekeeper line.
Right. No, he came from an ancient era of airbenders and air nomads. Mm-hmm. So there was definitely a stronger connection to their bending, obviously. Yeah. And I feel like that's what adds to their strength, or added to his strength, and why it seemed as though, like, because again, Aang only knew what he was taught for that short amount of time in his life. But also, they did not teach him the stuff that they learned years and years ago, because again, they were already, but at that point, even he was already thousands of years removed. Like, niggas have forgotten about Avatar Sonam. Well, I wouldn't say they forgot, because don't forget, Zahir learned that he could fly because there were ancient texts out there. They just did not want to teach it. I'm saying Avatar Sonam was lost in the Avatar line. The nigga couldn't even find her. True that. You're right. So that's the point. Yeah, you're right. But so go ahead. Keep going, and then I'll give my rating. What I would say that I did appreciate, I like the comparison and the correlative nature between him and Taga. Both two warring ideals, where Aang is trying his damnness to bring back the air nomads because of how he felt like he felt by running away, while Taga feels like he felt because he should have created an army of them to fight back and quote unquote bring back peace. Mm-hmm. They had the right ideals, but they both went about it the wrong way, because that blindness led Aang to unlocking and releasing somebody that was not of this world whatsoever. Other thing, side note, they should have brought back them old airbender tattoos, because them shits were cold. I ain't gonna lie. Them shits was cold, and I said that too. I was like, I should have brought that some tribal looking shits. I was like, I should have brought that back. Them shits was cold. But overall, the story was beautifully written. Like, the movie was mad quick. I think it was only an hour and a half and some change. Yeah. But it still gave you that story that you see that Aang was still struggling, no matter how much peace he brought, how much matter he grew, and how much Republic City grew, and how much everybody grew as a whole.
it was still that lingering and tight pain in his heart to know, like, hey, bro, once I'm gone, that's it. Like, granted, I don't know if him and Katara already talked about having kids and whether or not they were going to be airbenders when they came out, because that's also a dice roll, an airbender and a waterbender. We don't know. But seeing him struggle with that was so real to me, and then showing the beginning when he was a kid and then he's just realizing that he feels like all the blame is on himself, and then the growth and realizing he's like, bro, I don't need to do this. And when he that's why I was like, bro, is he about to start crashing out with this staff? And I was like, he really was. And then it just dawned on him. He was like, I don't need to do this. And that was just beautiful. And like, honestly, I just love seeing, because we always knew what we saw Zahir show us a little bit of what an airbender that's not tethered could look like. I mean, the flying, the sucking a bitch soul out her damn throat and suffocating her to death.
Yeah.
But seeing what Taga could do as a full-fledged, like, untethered airbender, I'm like, yo, as I said before, the other kingdoms are lucky that the air nomad stayed peaceful, because y'all would have been fucked.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's my take. It was a very good and solid movie, condensed so quickly, but it still told a lot, and I enjoyed it. I wish we got a series of them. I don't know if we will. We might, but I still wish we get a full-blown series of Team Avatar as grown folks.
Yeah. So
Toph still a bad bitch too, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, she is. I say for me, I'm being extra. Yeah. I say for me, I would give it. I said the night that I watched it. What I say I gave it that night, babe. Was it a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10? It was a 9. I gave it a 9. I gave it a 9 out of 10. And I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick beside it.
Okay.
I'm going to stick beside the 9 out of 10. I want to say, too, that rating comes from, one, judging it for what it is. Okay? It's going to be hard to not be biased if you're already a fan, if you're already someone that's, that's familiar with the IP, that's consumed and watched the show over and over again, especially if you're like an OG fan that was there when it came out in real time. Because again, I only started watching, the first time I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, I was already an adult. But I fell in love with it. But since then, it's been one of my go-to shows and my comfort show. I rewatch it every year. It's my shit.
Same. I pick a different book every now and again.
So, it's a 9 out of 10 because I think just for what it is as a film, damn near perfect film.
Artistic style was great.
Take the fandom out of it. If this was just a movie for just about, and the show never existed, perfectly done film. Characters are still very charismatic. The story was solid, given the time that they had to do it. I wish it would have been longer. At least an extra 30 to 40 minutes. In my opinion. How old were they again
at this point?
Excuse me?
How old were they at this point?
They're like in their mid-20s.
Okay.
So, but again, the animation, fucking sick.
It was beautifully done.
Fucking sick. Like the artwork and the animation, just crispy.
It has some Asian foundations in it. You can tell the brush strokes. It was really nice.
And that's what I love about Avatar Studios and the creators of Avatar. Like these niggas, you can tell that they have a lot of respect for what they're inspired by. Like they put so much into they literally took what they did with the original shows, because even in The Legend of Korra, the animation was still sick as fuck.
It was.
You can't tell me shit. All they continue to do is elevate. I loved the voice actors. I know they were all recasted, just again to show respect to the culture in which the show and all the characters are based on. I feel like they all did a wonderful job. There was not a moment where I felt like, oh, that don't feel like Aang, or that don't feel like Toph, or that don't feel like such and such. Everybody did a great job with the acting, including some of the other more well-known. Because like I'm not as familiar with everybody, but even the more popular actors that were on board for this, I felt like did a really good job, and I was still able to feel the character through their delivery. It was also good to see that it still had the spirit Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Hearing that theme song in the beginning just gave me chills. I was like, oh, that theme song's so beautiful.
But not even just the theme song, but also just like Aang still has that personality. Like they all still have like that, their little things
Quirks
about
stuff,
them that we fell in love with. And I love that they put that in there. I love Taga as an antagonist. I thought that it was interesting. It was slightly predictable. I will give it that. But not enough to where the experience was completely ruined. I feel like part of the reason that it's not a 10 out of 10 is because of those little nitpicks, like that shit, and just the fact that the non-bending group, the denied.
Yeah.
I wish that we would have gotten a little bit more few more scenes with them, just to learn a little bit more about like a couple of those individual characters that they ended up kind of like rounding out at the end. That would have made a little bit more sense, in my opinion, just on a story structure standpoint. But other than that, it's a 9 out of 10. I really did enjoy it. And it just, mind you, I cried a few times. I was quite emotional. I did. I cried a few times, especially if y'all don't stop fucking with Appa. If I see another, if y'all do something else, where it's another movie or another show, whatever, and Appa get took again, need to run me my
That shows that was mature Aang, because younger Aang would have crashed the fuck out.
What the fuck? Why niggas keep trying to take Appa? So, you know what? I ain't about to go there right now. But I will say, yes, it's a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to watch. It got me emotional. I was locked in the whole time. Very solid story from beginning, middle to end.
Personality thing was a big thing, because when he sent that letter to Zuko, I had the guard was like, he was like, just speak. He's like, all right, to my Flamio. I was like,
hello, Flamio Hotman, nigga.
He said, is the counselor still annoying you?
I was like, Aang,
and Zuko just sitting there like, bro, I have a kingdom to rule. This man's still bullshitting.
This man is still playing with me.
Oh, Aang, and bring them snacks too while you at it.
Like, for real. But it was really cool. You could tell that they really did try to give like little hints here and there, especially with like the power scaling and everybody's bending. God,
hell,
damn.
even Sokka, I'm sorry, like even though he's a non-bender, he still was going at Taga like he wasn't scared of this.
But did you see, like, it was almost like Taga, and what I love too about that scene when they were all fighting Taga was that. And I feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're going to get into the pros and cons in a minute. But I love that scene because just for a split second, it just showed just how even more in sync they were as a team fighting together. Like, this nigga Sokka's learned how to fight using the other niggas bending and shit.
Yeah, no, he was killing it, bro.
Sokka.
She put that little extendo on his boomerang with that big ass ice block. And he busted Taga ass with it and then bounced off the rock that tossed through. I'm like, oh, y'all moving differently.
Lastly, on a very unserious note, Aang ain't got no business being that fine.
Wow. Okay.
Zuko ain't got no business being that fine. Sokka ain't got no business being that fine. And sorry, Taga really ain't had no business being that fine.
First of all, they always said that Sokka wasn't a bender. He was definitely a water bender, but all the bitches he was pulling. Respectfully. Back bender.
Pussy bender.
That boy, because what? He pulled the moon spirit.
Listen.
And he could have pulled Ty Lee too on top of that, but he didn't want it.
Nigga, anybody could have pulled Ty Lee. Anyway.
Wow, she was not fast. Damn, that's crazy.
Man, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
No, she was kind of.
I didn't say that.
Ming said something about it. May said something about it.
Anybody could have pulled Ty Lee, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Let's get into these pros and cons of the movie real quick. So what would you say were your top 3 pros?
I thought we kind of talked about that already, but
I got you. Just run it down simply.
I would say pros was I appreciate the personality traits still sticking with them. I know they got older, but man, they're still a family. So I didn't want them to get too serious. Second pro, animation style that they chose was absolutely phenomenal. I felt like there was more emotion and intent in the animation style because the way that the bending looked and when they were fighting, like it looked like they literally were fighting for their lives. And even air as an element it doesn't look aggressive, but the way Tiger was using that shit, they made airbending look so damn aggressive and scary. Like this man controlled a pressurized air with his 2 fingers and shot them in that heart and basically stopped their shit. I ain't never seen that before in my life.
Yo, that shit was like hella spirit gun coated, honestly. Like, but I would say the same thing too. The animation.
I didn't get to my third one.
I thought you just did 3.
I did 2. I said.
Did he not just do 3?
I did 2.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And the third one. Damn, what is the third one? What I want to say for the third one? I am cornholio. My third pro for this movie, the Avatar movie, the Aang, the Last Airbender movie.
Nigga, come on!
I love seeing the Avatar spirit tree. I like seeing, because we got to see it a little bit when Aang was going through his little debacle trying to figure out if he should kill Fire Lord. God damn, what's that boy name? I was like, damn, I'm having a brain fart. Yeah, when he was about to kill, when he had to figure out whether or not to kill Fire Lord Ozai or not. But I like this, like you kind of see it's like a spiraling DNA. He went to talk to Roku first, of course, but then he just kept, that's the farthest he's ever went. So I thought that was really interesting that he damn near had to go 5,000 years back just to figure out who this Avatar Son was. And also, Avatar Son's design was crazy.
Yeah,
absolutely amazing. But yeah, that was my 3 pros.
Okay. I will say my 3. I will definitely say the animation, for sure. Some of the best animation that I've seen. I feel like it's up there. Honestly, to me, was like some of the top like animation. Demon Slayer being one of them. My Hero Academia being one of them.
Attack on Titan will be up there, but you don't watch it.
I've been watching it actually.
Wow, another conversation for another day. I'm proud of you. Good job.
Yes, I've been watching it.
Lovely. Hurry up so we can talk about it. Jesus Christ. Continue. Sorry.
Anyway, my other pro, I definitely loved seeing just the extent of what airbending actually is. Like this shit surpassed what we saw in the original series. And this shit surpassed Zahir. Like it was beautiful and scary at the same time.
Yeah.
It just showed that given the circumstances, especially because like we said, this nigga comes from a completely different era. He was frozen all those years, the thousands of years. That nigga was still fresh off of war.
Yeah.
So very much battle-minded and just seeing like, damn, this is how fucking aggressive the airbending can get. That's fucking crazy.
I'm gonna put a bookmark in that because that's something I want to talk about too. Go ahead.
But and then I would say the third I will say is the voice acting.
Okay.
I think the voice acting was my top 3.
Y'all stop playing with Dave Bautista, okay? He's proved it in live action. Now he's proved it in voice acting. John Cena does really good. But The Rock ain't the pivot of WWE acting. It's Dave Bautista. Dave
Bautista did a very good job.
Because I didn't even realize that was him until later.
He did do a good job. He did a very good job. He emoted very well.
Mm-hmm.
He
got scary really quickly.
He embodied the character very, very well. I almost forgot it was him, to be honest with you.
Man, when he turned on Katara, and it was like, he was like, someone was like, what? You. I said, oh, Katara, run. I know you're a bad bitch. I just saw you part the sea like Moses, but I need you to, it's probably not what you want to do.
First of all, I give it to Katara. That bitch don't run for shit.
Facts. That's why I also give it to Sokka. No bending, and you still out there throwing hands?
None of them niggas is scary. Like, them niggas, I'm sorry. They mamas ain't raised no hoe.
Nah, that was beautiful. All right.
So what are your cons?
It was too short.
Yes. Agree. I'm not even going to repeat that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Secondly, you kind of touched on it, and I think I did too. I'm not truly mad at it because, again, we've watched movies since we was damn born. But him being the antagonist was, at that point, sort of kind of already just obvious. Like, you could tell. Like, honestly, the moment he was about to snap at Toph, I was like, he's coming from a different timeline that we ain't prepared for because he was about to blast off without even knowing what the hell was going on. And called her an Earthbender. I said, yes. I was like, they must have been going to war with Earthbender at the time. So I would say him being the antagonist and him starting the rising action was obvious. And the third con, I think you said it. You just said it too. The Denied needed a little bit more backstory because it was hard for me to feel bad, except for that one Denied character, the one that he saved from the arrow, and the one that saved the dude when she got some airbender powers. I probably would have been a little bit more emotionally attached to them if I understood where they came from. Because we heard it in KORRA. We understand that some of them, you know, they had plights. Some benders took advantage of them and they couldn't fight back. Cool. But then we did hear later on, but at this point, you're already being assholes, so I can't feel bad for you. Like, where was Aang when? Where was Avatar when the Fire Nation killed your family? What the fuck? What do you want me to do and say about that? Like, he wasn't there. Like, I can't feel bad for you for that.
Yeah.
Now, if you gave me some more backstory, then I see why y'all doing what y'all doing. But y'all look like dickheads from the get-go. This man held up a fucking tower to help y'all escape, to save y'all, and y'all still dickheads. So I was like, I don't really care about y'all's story because y'all didn't dive deep enough into it. Now, granted, they did kind of in KORRA, but we're not talking about KORRA. We're talking about this movie in general.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I will agree. Just to add, like you said, just to the first con, I agree with that as far as like the length of that, but I'm going to add to that by saying, had it been a little bit longer, we probably could have gotten a little bit more screen time with the Denied. I feel like that ties into that.
I'm pretty sure it was there, but they cut it.
For whatever reason, I don't know why they would do that. And I will say this too. I truly do believe that, I personally believe that if it were up to the creators, if it were up to the artists and the storytellers involved, that it would have been not only in theaters, but it probably wouldn't have been as long as a TV movie.
Yeah.
I really do believe that. I kind of blame the higher ups. I blame Paramount and all that. I blame Nickelodeon. I blame the motherfuckers that have been trying to keep the Avatar IP down and have been cheapening it for all of these years. In my opinion, I feel like they've had a lot to do with those decisions, and all it does is piss off the people that is supposed to be marketed to, which is the fans, because we know what we like, we know what we want.
Yeah.
And it's just slowly chips away at the legacy of this, but we'll get into that.
I think the reason it was a lot shorter is because it was supposed to be put in theaters, and what they're trying to do as it relates to the new series as well is they're trying to get back younger audiences. So they had to have a shorter runtime. Like, if kids are gonna go see this movie, they can't have it being a 2.5 hour movie. They want kids to get back connected to Avatar so they can bridge that into the new series, which is also more kid coded.
I can understand that because the kids ain't got the same attention span like we did back in the day.
I can understand that too. A lot of our movies were about, no, it's not. For whatever reason, when he got ready to talk, that's when his throat wanted to act up. But we had movies that were an hour and a half. I don't want to stay too much on that. Even though I get that, I personally, bluntly, don't give a fuck. I get that, but kids aren't going to be spending their own fucking money. And most of these kids, their parents are the ones that grew up on this shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
On top of, you know what I'm saying?
We're in that generation now.
The adults are the ones that are paying for the fucking subscriptions, since you want to keep it on Paramount. Like, let's just be real.
I mean, yeah, we're in that generation now.
We want to bridge the gap, but we're also showing these characters at a more mature point in their lives with more mature themes.
Yeah, I'm about to say this movie was slightly dark. The way they were showing.
Ultimately, there needs to be a balance. Because I tell you one thing, MCU sells fucking toys and shit to kids. Do you think them niggas gave a fuck when Endgame came out and it was 3 hours long? Because kids watch that shit too. But I digress. What I will also say as far as a con, like I said, the story about the Denied could have been more fleshed out. just to give us a little bit more context as to what the fuck their issue was. So I agree with that too. And again, most of my cons really do play in or tie in with the whole runtime thing, because if we had more time, we would have saw that. We would have also been able to have more of a subplot with our main characters. Mm-hmm. I wanted to see more of Toph. I wanted to see more of Sokka. Yeah. Is Sokka and Suki still together? I wanted to see more of Zuko. Is Uncle Iroh still alive? Something. You don't even have to show it. You niggas didn't even mention it. You know what I'm saying? Like little things like that. Like that matters to the fans. And even the kid fans that watch Avatar The Last Airbender, if they love the shit just as much as y'all niggas did as kids, or the rest of us did who watched it late or whatever, we all asking the same questions. I would feel like, where's Suki? Where's Tali? Is that nigga still, is he still with May? You know what I'm saying?
He is. In the comics they show that they're still together. So again,
when niggas ain't, some niggas ain't reading the comics.
That's what I said. Niggas not reading.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now I'm just saying, like, that's the point, and I feel like a longer runtime would have been able to shed light on some of that. Not and my last little con, because that all of that was like kind of combination.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But my last con, I feel like, I don't know if they weren't able to catch this or not, but like there were a couple of inconsistencies with some of the characters, like especially with their abilities. Why is Aang climbing up the wall like the average nigga? Why is it? Let me finish. Why is he doing that when we've seen him and Toph fucking take some goddamn earth and glide? Put your hand down, Xavier. I'm gonna get to you. And glide up and turn a whole goddamn set of goddamn Asian stairs, and high ass Asian stairs into a fucking hill. Why is Katara talking about some, oh, I ran out of water? Bitch, we seen you learn how to take water out the fucking air, out the fucking trees, out the fucking grass. Shit like that. Where's Sokka's sword?
He lost it in the third movie.
He couldn't remake that shit?
It was from a meteorite. No, it wasn't there no more.
He couldn't remake another goddamn shit?
He could have remade one, but he wanted that shit. One. My hands up.
I'm not done. And lastly, nigga, Zuko, you come from a line of fucking firebenders and fire breathers, nigga. I wanted to see that shit. If anything, the one bender that we saw that clearly had the coldest fucking representation of how much growth she had was fucking Toph. That shit was cold.
I mean, she's a prodigy. That's
in my opinion.
They nerfed Toph too, bro.
They didn't nerf Toph. I don't feel like they nerfed Toph. They didn't give Toph enough shine. But what we saw with Toph was still called, like, this bitch ain't talking about some, oh no metal, no earth. It did not make sense to have Katara up there talking about some, I ran out of motherfucking water, when we saw what the hell she learned from Hama. But that's all I got to say. Xavier, go ahead. Damn. Go ahead.
I hope you understand how I was doing my hand.
Go ahead.
Do you remember the reference?
I'm not in the mind set.
Water boy.
Yes, go ahead, nigga. Go ahead. Yes. Yes, go ahead.
One, I think you underestimate how tall that fucking mountain was to begin with. So let's start with that. That nigga came down from it. The sun was fucking rising under the mountain.
Did we all not see the finale?
We did, but again,
Avatar: The Last Airbender, I don't want to hear it.
But again, I'm saying you're underestimating how tall that actual mountain is.
I'm not underestimating shit. I know that shit was tall
and how much effort that nigga would have had to use just to get up there. That nigga already over here looking.
I've seen him go into the Avatar statement list.
That nigga looked aired out, just holding up a tower.
That don't make no sense
fighting
to me.
Them niggas.
That don't make no sense to me.
Second thing to answer your question, Katara's not doing all that shit without a full moon. No. She's not pulling. When Hama pulled all that water out the grass, it was a full moon.
No, it wasn't. It was during the day when she first taught her that.
Was it?
Yes. Not just her fight with Hama. Her fight with Hama was at night. But when Hama was first giving her tea on how to fucking expand her skill set, that was during the daytime.
Okay, so you're right. I'm wrong. I redact that statement. So where the fuck was the grass in the city with stone?
I'm saying, even when she taught her how to take the fucking shit out the air, it was in the daytime. She could have got it out the air. Am I wrong?
I don't think she would have got it out the air.
Man.
She should have never been at a point where she's like They should be so experienced at this point. She should never be like, oh my God, I ran out of water.
That's fair. Yes, that's fair. But I'm saying like, but you. I mean,
thirdly,
whatever. Go ahead.
Thirdly,
go ahead.
Zuko moving the way he was doing. I'm thinking everybody's moving not to kill these niggas because that's their thought process. So if they seem nerfed, it's because Aang and them have a no-kill rule in a sense. I mean, you saw what Toggle was about to do to that damn airship. That nigga said, "Oh, they attacked this band. I'm about to crush these niggas," and then they all was like, "No, stop it. That's wrong." Like he's like, "These niggas just trying to kill y'all. What y'all talking about?"
They may have a no-kill rule, but I've seen them niggas accidentally basically murk motherfuckers.
Yes, accidentally. But if they have control,
on Avatar: The Last Airbender,
I will say the least nerfed person there was Toph because again she was putting in work. But also,
she was putting in the work.
She was putting in work.
Like, baby,
she should be able to destroy the whole army by herself at this point. They know what.
I will say this: out of everybody to feel the most limited, it was Toph. Because what's she gonna do? Create a goddamn avalanche with all these goddamn civilians rolling around?
That's why I'm saying there was nerf because one, they were trying not to kill these folks, and two,
using water. If anything, Toph's ability, she has a greater risk of hurting innocent people.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Her.
They were all nerfed because there was people around them. If they was fighting these niggas out in the field like Aang was fighting Ozai, they probably would have destroyed these motherfuckers because there was nobody to hurt.
Well, I thought Toph should have been able to take Toggle 1v1 when he attacked.
I don't know about that. I'm sorry. The way he was moving,
The way he was moving, yeah, and that's what she said. That was one of the things that she noticed about Aang. That's why Aang was able to beat her without even trying when they first met because she sees with her feet. These niggas floating.
It's been 10 years. Like, she should be the strongest person in the universe.
No, she probably still is, but Toggle, 5,000 years old, airbender, born in war, that is not tethered by the same monk style that Aang has been born with. That nigga just used to killing. And he was fighting the Earthbending Kingdom for years. So he has, he has that ability to know how to fight an Earthbender. Now, granted, Toph is amazing.
Can we agree? I think more than anything, I think y'all might agree with this because a lot of people have been talking about this as well. I think they nerfed the Avatar state.
Oh, they did. They did. Yeah. Because Toggle was really putting in work against that man in the Avatar state. Now, granted, was the staff giving him more power than normal? Probably. More than likely, he was probably chilling some power from the staff.
Yeah.
But even in the Avatar state, I'm thinking, okay, Aang can hold up this tower.
That was obvious. That motherfucker hold the fuck up.
That mountain, that's what I'm saying. That nigga woke up from his coma and saw a mountain following him. That nigga said, bam, hold that bitch up. Aang over here damn near passed out trying to do it.
Yeah.
So, they probably did. But at the same time, Aang doesn't reserve or get his power from any type of rage or anger or sorts. I think that's where most of Togga's power comes from. Outside of being untethered. Is his rage and anger that he had from years of war. So Aang is soft in a sense where he's not soft. He still whoop your ass, but like he's going to restrict and restrain himself way more than this crazy ass motherfucker. That's why Zahir
that's all
like
he
a problem.
Knows.
Exactly.
That's all he knows.
That's why Zahir seemed like a problem until he met a problem, i.e. Tenzin. The Avatar son, like, oh yeah, he's moving differently.
Oh yeah, because Tenzin was tagging
That's
that
why
ass.
I've seen too many people talking about, okay, who y'all got? Y'all got Toggle and Zahir. I was like, bro, Tenzin packed up Zahir.
For real.
If it wasn't for him getting jumped, he would have packed his ass up quicker than that.
Yes.
You took a airbender that just learned airbending in just a year or two versus the Avatar son, i.e. still a master of airbending for the past 50 years. You think, the fuck? Toggle would have put Zahir in the fucking dirt.
Yeah.
He would have packed that nigga up. Zahir wasn't shit as an airbender.
Absolutely.
Tenzin showed us what an airbender looked like. Because Aang did too, but
Toggle would have had that nigga calling him master.
Facts.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Zahir, like he was moving, but like not like this. Toggle was way more of a threat. If Toggle was in KORRA, boy, she would have been packed. Yes.
Sidebar. Zahir had no business being there.
Anyway, now that we just brought up KORRA.
Listen, okay, look. So yes, let's segue because we've been itching to get on it. Ooh, you sitting up?
Let me hold y'all hands.
We've been
which camera I'm at? Let me
with
hold
a
y'all
napkin
hands.
In between, nigga.
Let me hold y'all hands when I say this, okay?
We've been itching to get into this conversation, the Aang versus KORRA conversation.
If we don't like KORRA, it doesn't mean that we don't like women, okay? All right? I promise, we love women. I love my sister. If I don't like
Don't
Korra,
use me as no damn scapegoat, nigga.
You're right, because I can't stand her ass.
You supposed to love women. Shut up.
But if I don't like Korra, doesn't mean I don't like women. Okay, all right. Are we going to be able to have this conversation now without any wannabe feminists coming out after me?
Shut up.
No, bro, because it's a dumbass argument. If Toph is one of my favorite characters,
Xavier,
what does that mean if I don't like women?
All right, let me preface this really quick.
Dumbass. I don't like women because I don't like women.
She
was a poorly written character. It's not my fault.
Xavier, can I preface this really quick? Can you let me talk?
I'll go get some water while you talk.
Okay, listen, y'all.
Bullshit.
Listen. While Xavier is getting some water to cool himself down, I'm going to try to bring since Xavier likes to joke that I'm the woke sibling, I'm going to try to bring a little nuances into this conversation, okay? Misogyny is very much a thing. We're not going to sit up here and downplay that shit. We see that a lot, not just in the real world, but in how female characters, women characters are presented, represented, written, so forth in a lot of media. Okay? I personally feel like in a lot of ways, it does play a role in how the character of Korra ended up turning out. And again, I want to add, because I want to be fair, because I've been on the side of not really fucking with Korra like that, but I'm trying to be nuanced and I'm trying to be open-minded with this conversation. So what I want to preface this whole part of this segment about is, one, we all know, like I said earlier, that Nickelodeon, the powers that be, had a lot to do with what essentially felt like the quality of the show in comparison to Avatar: The Last Airbender.
1000%.
Just them coming in and nitpicking and taking control over the artistic direction from the creators who had a clear vision. If you haven't heard the stories, I suggest some of y'all go back and y'all take a listen. Y'all go find some of those interviews, or y'all go find some of those videos where it kind of breaks articles, whatever. That kind of breaks down some of the difficulties and the struggles that they had with the entire process of producing and creating Legends of Korra at the time,
which I know about.
Most of us know about it, so I give grace to that. Now, what we are going to do, despite that, is try to judge the show for what it is.
We're judging the show or the character? The show was still kind of good.
Yes, the show and the character overall, because a lot of to support most arguments, people tend to reference what happens in the show.
Of course.
So, first of all, let's just ask. I'm gonna ask the question. You answer it first. Don't give me your reason yet. We're gonna both give our answers, and then we're gonna get into our reasons and some of the things. Now, first, who is the better Avatar?
Aang.
I would also go with Aang, and this is tying into the new movie as well, which a lot of people have been using to add to their arguments as it pertains to this debate. Okay? Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Why do you feel that Aang is a better Avatar than Korra? Just why he's a better...
Aang learned from his mistakes better than Korra did.
Okay.
Korra was so hard-headed and so damn stubborn and steadfast. And you see that a lot in almost every single book that she's been in, every single one of her books that she's been in the season. Aang realizes something's not right. He ends up fixing it. He ends up finding a way to correct himself or correct the action. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can see early on in the first season when Tenzin just trying to teach her just the basics of airbending, and she burns down this 1,000-year-old relic to teach her. Like,
too. I'm not gonna hold you.
I'm sorry, I get it. I get your frustration, but that's unbecoming of Avatar because that shows where your mentality is. If you fail at something,
of an avatar, but just of a person.
A person, yeah. Because if you fail at something, and your first thought is just to burn it down, you literally did that. That was literally a theme throughout the entire season.
If you don't mind me interjecting,
go ahead.
I think what was even most egregious about her doing that is if you, again, at that point, the only airbender family and community that Aang had before he died was his son, was his children, well, just his son really, because his daughter, Waterbend, Boomy, didn't have bending yet.
And then Tenzin.
So he lost his entire fucking civilization via what?
Fire.
And I thought that shit was quite egregious. Of all the bending, of all the ways that you could have
destroyed that thing.
Destroyed it or expressed your frustration. Not only did you just destroy what few things that are left of his culture that was taken from him
via fire.
You use fire to destroy. Continue.
I would also say is that there was too many times where she needed outside help. And granted, there is Team Avatar. Team Avatar was there to help Aang. But how many times did Aang get captured and that nigga was able to get the fuck out by himself? As a child. Granted, she was a prodigy. She really had everything down packed by the time she was 10, 11, 12, however you want to say. But I mean, she figured out the firebender thing by, like, she mastered everything by, like, 17.
Well, 3 out of the 4.
3 out of 4 by, like, she was 16 to 17, whatever, how old she was. In that first season we saw before she went off to Republic City. But we're talking about a kid that got displaced for 100 years. Came out, found out that his people decimated. The first thing he saw was his oldest mentor and best friend dead with 100 burnt soldiers. 100 dead soldiers around him. That's a child. He could have flipped. He kind of did. He went to the Avatar state for a second, but his whole mentality could have changed after that. He couldn't have. He didn't have to continue. He could have went way left. Way left. But KORRA turned like just seemed to learn her lessons too late. And like I remember I started off by saying she learned way too late. The whole spirit world shit. The whole like now the Avatar is gone. You're the only one.
I will say this too.
I feel like part of me feels like she didn't necessarily learn every time. She was definitely humble.
Yeah.
But she also had a lot of moments where she goes from book to book. There will be moments where she just completely regrets. It was just like, what did we just go?
What did we learn?
My
favorite thing. We learned.
But I will say too, what
I see a lot of people also talking about when they talk about comparing their abilities as the Avatar and what privileges they each had, like Aang before he died kind of set her up or set it up to where the next Avatar would be kept in her like in the water tribe, like don't as a way to keep her safe from the Red Lotus at the time that was still at large. And she was very much, secluded from the world. Yeah. She was sheltered. She didn't get to have the journey that most avatars had before her. Now, granted, the journey that, say, Avatar Roku had was not the same as Aang's.
Nah, because Roku fucked up bad too.
Aang's situation, with his circumstances, even if he wasn't frozen in the ice, he probably still would have had to go about shit in a similar way. Because 1, war. Yeah. 2, because of this war, there's a lot of segregation, and not everybody is as open to one, bending out in the open because of the oppression that they were feeling from the Fire Nation. So everything that he had to do, he had to get it out the mud.
Yeah.
You okay? Whereas, Avatar Roku, times were different. So he could go and travel and stay with the monks for a little bit and then go and travel at the Earth Kingdom.
Yep.
The world was different. KORRA, yes, was very much isolated with her tribe, but still had the access
to great teachers and all that
and the resources.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't have to get it.
Left for her.
That Aang left for her. She didn't have to get it out the mud.
Yeah.
There was not much of a journey that I feel like, even if she was to have it, that she really needed. But up until that point, it was already customary up until Aang's era, it was already customary for the Avatar to not even be informed that they're the Avatar until they're about 16 any fucking way.
Yeah, so she just found out because
she just found out because she was a fucking anomaly. It was obvious from when she was young, which made her at even more of a higher risk of getting fucking harmed. If nobody knew that she was the Avatar yet until she was 16, maybe her circumstances would have been fucking different. But this bitch was waterbending, earthbending, and firebending at fucking 3-4 years old.
That's also a mentality thing too, because that supplied her ego as well.
That's fine. And I will say this. I don't have an issue with her having an ego. I don't even have an issue with her being, as confident as she was, or even somewhat cocky. Everybody has the right to do that, but there has to be a balance. And I feel like the problem with how KORRA was written for me, this is just my opinion, is that tying into what you said about her not ever really learning anything, it never seemed like she learned anything, never seemed like anything was consequential, none of that shit, right? Even when, like, at the end of book 1 for her, she didn't really learn airbending. She was just given that shit after she got her fucking ass whooped.
Yep.
And was in her fucking abilities bloodbended from her.
Yep.
So it was like, we see her take an L, and it took for Aang to come back and to just give her the shit. Like, nothing was ever given to Aang.
Nope.
If we're comparing them in their experiences.
Except for the ability to take somebody's bending away. That was one thing that was given to him.
And this is what I say, again, tying in with how female characters are written. I don't like that. Because in real life, bitches do get it out the mud.
Yeah, facts.
Women do have to work 10 times harder, especially in a world where shit is male dominated. She literally comes from a tribe that used to believe and practice not allowing women to fucking use their water bending for battle and combat and all that other shit just to heal.
That's why I'm okay with knowing that the writing was terrible, and I'm okay with admitting that the writing they did. I don't think dirty.
The writing was like terrible.
No, they did her dirty. The writing did, because as you said, we know what the producers did. We know what the company did to create this type of character. They wrote her terribly. But if I don't have that outside information and I'm just watching the show as if I'm just new to it and I'm just seeing this character, there's no way you can tell me that she was a viable Avatar. Like, outside of me now that I don't know that they did her dirty writing wise.
Right. I think with her, but not even just her, but like most of the characters around her could have been written so much better.
And there was a lot of things
Mako
forced in
was
that
kind
show.
of a struggle for me in some areas. Like,
my favorite character was Bolin.
I think one of the other struggles for me within the show was book 2 and the whole origin story of the Avatar. Like, it just felt very convoluted. It didn't feel consistent with what we had
already known.
What we had already been, told in the original Avatar series about, who the originators of bending was and everything. Like, for me, I feel like when you look at how real life operates, right? There are things that we can't explain, but there are still a lot of things that we can't explain. There are still mysteries to life. And I feel like sometimes when it comes to fiction, a lot of the times niggas can't sit in that mystery. Like, everything doesn't have to be over-explained, nor does everything have to be personified. Personifying the Avatar spirit for me kind of killed it for me. Like, so now the Avatar spirit has been this lady kite. Like, what we talking about? Now that's what it is, and not just something that is just a universal. You know what I'm saying?
Anomaly,
Like right, just like a universal anomaly
that
of
gets
this
reincarnated.
of this world.
Like Anakin saying that Anakin had a weird ass like force spirit like inside of him that looked like Rava or some shit.
That's why a lot of niggas in the Star Wars, like a lot of OG Star Wars fans, fucking hated when the prequels came along. They didn't like the midichlorian fucking shit. They ain't like that shit. Just why can't the Force just be the Force? And it is what it is. And some niggas can tap into that shit and some niggas can't. Boom bow.
Also, speaking about the Avatar state, like the Avatar spirit itself. Oh, I'm gonna let you finish your thought on that because I was about to go into another part of that season about how they did the Avatar state. But go ahead.
But yeah, like that part of the writing, I wasn't a fan of. A lot of people are a fan of it. But what I will say, when it comes down to the KORRA debate, I don't think people are wrong for being fans of KORRA. I can honestly see how some people are fans of KORRA.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like, and I want to see how you feel about this, sometimes I feel like these conversations, these debates, sometimes I feel like they're not very much rooted in logic. Like, at all. Like, I feel like, you know how you made a joke about Trey Songz earlier?
Yeah.
Usher. You cannot like Usher's music. You cannot be a fan of Usher's music. But don't try to sit up here and convince me or your motherfucking self that Trey Songz is better than Usher as a singer. That would not make sense to me. So, again, you can explain to me, how and why KORRA is your favorite. That's cool. That's subjective. Don't try to convince me that KORRA is a better Avatar.
It's the same.
We're not gonna do that.
It's rage baiting, and it's people that like either doing it on purpose just to get a reaction, or they actually literally are solid in their belief because they want to be different. Like, it's just like what I posted yesterday about, would you rather fight the Powerpuff Girls every day for a year or fight Batman once every 10 years? You actually got people in there that's like, I'll take the Powerpuff Girls. Nigga, are you out your fucking mind?
You might as well say you take death.
You take Superman. Take 3 miniature Superman. You rather fight that every day.
Right.
I was like, you're talking about little kids that went into a prison where Mojo Jojo was already incarcerated and beat the fuck out of him to the brink of death because they were just mad.
You might as well say you want to die.
So
because that's essentially what's going to happen.
You got people arguing with that under the comments because they have some type of reason. Well, I don't want to see absolute Batman. Again, no matter what version of Batman you see, he don't kill. Unless that boy name is Red Hood, that's still not Batman, but unless it's Red Hood.
Shit, once a year for 10 years?
I'm training for 10 fucking years, nigga.
I'm training for 10 years, bro.
He gonna get a fight out of me.
Right.
But the Powerpuff Girls, I'm not gonna see that ass whooping coming.
Yeah.
I'm walking my dog outside. I'm getting my shit split.
It's very much contrarian. It's very much giving contrarian.
So either you're just rage baiting for funsies, or you really actually believe that and you just want to be different. And I'm sorry, that's your opinion, but don't fight me on shit that literally has logical explanation. I can argue down for fun all day if there's some logic behind it.
When we talk about feats too, we see this all the time also in the comic book community when they're comparing certain characters. When we talk about feats, yes, she had a lot.
She did.
KORRA had a lot to fight up against. And she didn't take too many W's, if any at all.
Kuvira told her ass again to the Avatar state. That's like me asking Mike Tyson to bare knuckle fight me for fun.
Right, but listen. Given what Aang had to do
at 12,
and at 12 years old, in no more than a year and a half, with what little resources and with the circumstances that he had, the feats
and other pubescent damn kids he had with him.
You know what? Fine. Believe that Aang couldn't hold his own against Unalaq, fucking Amon, or fucking Zahir. I don't give a fuck about that. At the end of the day, half of them niggas wouldn't be as cold if it wasn't for his era of motherfucking
time out, because Aang is folding Zahir. Because again, Aang was a prodigy. Aang was a prodigy, an airbender prodigy as a kid, regardless of that.
That's on some real shit. Aang is folding Zahir because even Zahir couldn't hold up to his own son.
And if we're talking about if we age him up to KORRA's age, Aang is probably handling all of that with no fucking issue. Because again, if you want to bring up Unalaq and the spirits, Aang would have found himself in that position because Aang actually respected the spirit world. So we're not going to do that.
But now niggas is trying to use this movie and what happened in the movie as a way to downplay Aang's ability as an avatar and to basically say, oh, y'all give grace to Aang, but y'all don't give grace to Korra.
No, I said he was fucking wrong in this shit. You believe that nigga too quickly because he was another airbender.
But again, bringing in nuance. So like, for instance, with the whole Korra losing the avatar line.
Yeah.
Because she trusted her uncle. Mm-hmm. Listen, you can't compare the two circumstances, in my opinion. You can't.
No, because one won, the other one lost.
But listen, because they like to say, "Oh, Aang died. Aang died, but did he lose the Avatar state?"
No.
All right then.
He died at a young age because the damn ice shit caught up to him.
Well, not the ice shit. I'm talking about when Azula snuck.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she snuck his ass. That don't count.
It don't count because he didn't lose the Avatar state.
Yeah, he didn't lose the Avatar state.
But the thing is that with the whole Taga situation, if we're willing to step back and look at the circumstances of the two, okay? Aang is coming from a place where he is literally isolated. Mm-hmm. All my fellow niggas, imagine being a nigga
at a PWI.
No.
Literally.
No. Imagine being a nigga, an African in this world, and you was frozen in time back from when fucking colonization and shit was starting to happen. All that shit.
Yeah, because he did say 5,000 years.
And then you come back, and all these other type of people exist except for black ass niggas like you. Mm-hmm. And then you, for whatever reason, you saved the fucking world. Now you an adult. You had to do all that as a child too. Now you an adult, okay? And then you catch when you trying to find all the African artifacts, all the artwork, all the things learned about your culture because all your people is gone and been gone for centuries. And then you happen to come across somebody that looked like you that's been frozen. Not only have they been frozen, they're the only other person other than sharing your lineage, other than sharing your background, they also share your experience. Mm-hmm. Y'all both know what it's like to not only be airbenders, but to also be at a place where other benders were trying to take over and to oppress you.
And where y'all both are alone.
Y'all both have lost time and are alone in being displaced from an era that y'all originally come from. Mm-hmm. Aang is 100 plus years past it, and at this point, Taga is 1,000 plus years past. When Aang said to Katara that y'all don't know what I'm going, that's some real shit.
That was some real shit. I ain't gonna lie.
That's some real shit. And here comes this nigga come along, and he asked y'all, could my friends, can y'all come with me and help me? Because at the end of the day, he has been doing everything for everybody the fuck else. Yep. While still trying to hold on to his history, his past, his culture, trauma. and his trauma. He's been holding on to that and still trying to figure out how can I bring this back? How can I rebuild my people? And it's just me. Mm-hmm. And here comes this nigga that's like, I can help show you the way. And not only that, taking him through all these different trials in a way, kind of building the trust. Like he was teaching Aang shit. And in Korra's defense too, it's not like this bitch was like, oh, I'm just gonna trust my uncle and da-da-da-da, even though he seemed shady. That nigga played her too. So we can give her grace on that. That nigga played her too. Yes. But if we're gonna talk about it, my niggas, let's act like we have some fucking levels of literacy up in this bitch. Let's act as if we can break shit down until we're being biased. Yeah. Okay? The situation with Aang and Taga is not the same as the situation with her and Unalaq, with Korra and Unalaq at all.
People are also, to that point, a lot of people are very biased towards Aang. They're too far on the Aang side where they don't take into account the grace that you've been talking about.
I think so too. I feel like a lot of it also has to do with the fact that they just blindly hate Korra. And I've said this before too. If people don't like Korra, I can understand why. There are a lot of qualities about her that are just not likable. She's done things that are just not likable or just weird. Like,
but Aang is perfect and Korra is not.
Aang is not perfect.
I mean, I'm saying
to the fans,
to the audience.
But I will say this in the defense is like, after Aang, we were excited for Korra. We all went into it excited to watch it. Like, as you say, you got into it as an adult. As a child, after I watched Avatar, I was
excited to watch it too.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, as a child growing up, like, we just saw Avatar, like, that was like the greatest thing we ever seen. I didn't think we was gonna get nothing else like that. And then they said Avatar Korra. I was like, oh shit, we get another one. And I was like, oh, it's a bad bitch. Let's get it. Like, I was excited. Like, the first season was my favorite because we got to see her grow a little bit. We actually got to see her go through this problem. The game, the sports event, what they call that shit?
Yeah.
The bending, whatever. That shit was cool. I like the fact they implemented some type of sports into it for everybody to watch. And I like that growth in there. But we all went into watching Korra excited. So it's not like we went into it, watched first season, this bitch trash. No, she got trash as the season piled on.
Don't you think that's she was written to be less likable, less.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
she's not.
I'm considering that. But if we're judging it for what
we watched and what it was, like
what it is, like again, like if you have your reasons for liking Korra, then fine. But what we're not gonna do is now all of a sudden we're gonna paint Aang as if he's. Now Aang is unlikable, or now Aang wasn't capable,
or she can
now
body
Aang was this, or now Aang was that. Like we could just completely be devoid of logic because we want to be biased under whatever pretense. Like
and we're going to stop the comparison of whether or not
there's no need to compare.
One of them can beat the other or not because again, Aang fights logically, Korra fights emotionally. And we can see the proof at Aang at 12 years old when he fought General Zhao, Demon, fight him. He knew this man was going to get pissed off. He burnt his entire fleet. Aang didn't have to put a single hand on that nigga. Aang was like, he said, you already did the damage, turn around. That would be Korra.
Right.
Korra is angrily and emotionally fighting most of the time she's fighting. Again, Kuvira, a normal-ass earthbender/metalbender, told this bitch to get into the Avatar state. What normal nigga do you know is telling the Avatar to lock the fuck in and turn up on you and you still body
that
them?
Shit was actually quite disrespectful.
It was.
She's basically saying like, bitch, I know you can't do shit to me.
Exactly.
Ain't shit you can do to me. And not only that, and again, the way people want to support their argument by saying, well, Aang did this, Aang did that, Aang mistake this, Aang mistake that. The point of seeing those mistakes that Aang made was to, one, show that he was still a kid growing up and learning throughout the entire process, but he learned from those things. At the end of most of those episodes, not only was he accountable, but he tried to make up and atone for those mistakes that he made. That was literally the whole point, is that he has this big responsibility on his fucking back while still being a kid and trying to navigate life. You just want to be seen so bad, don't you? You just want to be your baby.
Also, why I don't agree with a lot of people that say Korra is a worse written character. I don't agree with that at all. I think Korra is just written to take the Avatar in a completely different direction. And because she doesn't learn from mistakes, because she's arrogant, she hasn't gotten better over all these years, and she hasn't taken all those lessons as fast of a pace as Aang would do. If you're comparing them, she did have to deal with the consequences of that over and over and over again. I see people say that as well, that nothing happened to her, but I don't agree with that. She went into a severe depression. She was traumatized in a different way than Aang. She just had to experience her own challenges and try to overcome them in her own way that a air nomad who is taught to be wise and take things tactically wouldn't be able to do, because she's already rejecting Tenzin, who is also so pressured by being one of the last airbenders that he's trying to force a lot of his philosophies onto Korra, and that's not her natural tendency. So she's a very well-written character, in my opinion. She's not supposed to be as likable as Aang or, approach challenges in the same way, but I think the thing that falls apart, Alex and I have talked about this with the show. I think the main thing that falls apart to me with the KORRA show is the lore breaking with what you guys were talking about.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything is
Like
I personally, as a fan of the Avatar universe, as it is, it's frustrating to just kind of see a lot of points being made that either expose a lack of comprehension, because a lot of y'all aren't getting the stories right, whether y'all are taking references from Avatar: The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra, but in a lot of biases as well. All of these characters are supposed to be complex. And I do give grace to Korra because she did go through a lot of shit. She did go through a lot of trauma. But what character within the Avatar universe hasn't? Even Mako and Bolin went through fucking trauma.
Yep.
What was the girl name?
Damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. I know her name.
Is it Asami?
Asami, yes.
Asami went through trauma. Her daddy tried to kill her. What the fuck? You feel me? Katara mama got fucking killed when she was little as fuck.
I would just say
fucking Sokka had to hold down his whole village, and them niggas had 2 igloos and a fucking campfire. Like everybody went through some type of fucking trauma.
I would say I agree with Nate on definitely the point of how they were raised for sure, because Aang was raised in that light to handle things differently than her, but also that's something they probably did still try to instill in her, but again, as he said, just didn't catch, because again, she's in this head where like, man, I already got 3 of these elements, y'all niggas can't tell me shit, I'm really like that. Aang had to learn 3 in a year.
It was very much an era of, I want to prove myself.
Exactly.
And I totally get that. Mm-hmm. But there also has to be at least some show of, I think what's important too, especially for this to be a show that's shown to young people, you have to have a balance. Mm-hmm. You have to have a balance. And I feel like that's where they kind of dropped the ball a little bit. Mm-hmm. And that's where I tie into, this is also why there's so many complications as to how female characters are not only written, and how they're represented and how they're also perceived. Her confidence to some people is arrogance. Yeah. And that's hard because it feels like there's hardly a balance of, okay, especially in moments where she is clearly having a hard time, you're not showing her, you're not writing her to have moments where she takes the time to actually learn and like step back.
And
she
if
has
they
to
do,
be
they move past it too quickly.
Right. She has to be humbled in a way that's traumatizing to her. Why does she have to go through that
the only time
for her to learn anything? And then by the time she learns something, this bitch is in exile for 3 years because she got PTSD.
Or I mean, the quickest way you can look at it really early on was the pro bending battle, which finally remember the damn sport. She thought, oh, I'm the Avatar, I got these elements in the bag, water's my element. Literally. She got dog walked by Nick because she didn't realize, like, hey, there's levels to this shit. Not saying you're not a better bender than this person, but there's still levels to this shit. This is an organized sport where this is strategic. This is targeted.
That's why I always say the first and the third season were the best.
Yeah, those are my favorite seasons. Yes,
to me, because it just had a lot more depth to it, and I feel like that's where we see more growth in her. Mm-hmm. But there's just a lot of inconsistencies where there are moments where she does come off not as not as likable, and then of course just to be on some silly shit, just some weird shit. Why is she smashing the homies?
Yeah, the love triangle was stupid to piss me off.
The love triangle was stupid.
I hated it.
You steal this nigga bitch. You get with her nigga, then y'all break up, then you get with that bitch.
I heard that was something. I heard that was something forced in the production team too. Like they did that purposely to piss off Nickelodeon. Don't know why.
Fine. I don't know if that's true. Then
I would say in like conclusion.
Yeah.
God damn it, I had it in my head before you said that because that was something I was thinking about. Fuck, what was I just about to say? Shit. It was about fuck. Oh, I will say this because you were just saying people making dumbass arguments. I do not like how people was like, well, look at how Aang left her after he died. Look at the state of the world he left. I'm like, compared to what Roku left for him?
Right.
Or compared to what KORRA just left for this next one? Because I think KORRA died.
We can pick apart how every Avatar left the state of the world or the state of things for every Avatar.
But I would say this because I think they said KORRA died young. Like, that's why this Avatar is like really so close to like the time period that she's in. Because they said she died young. So she's got to deal with the fact that KORRA, just like the waterbender Avatar before Roku, that nigga said, yeah, I didn't do a good job. He said, I was really just chilling.
That nigga died in his 30s.
Yep, and he said, I didn't really respect the spirit world like that either. He said, Roku fixed that too. So, like, you did have avatars that fucked up in some way, shape, or form. So, again, if we had stories about these, there are probably other avatars we can hate on too. Because, again, he went down the line and some of them niggas weren't shit.
Because everybody loved Kyoshi, but that bitch wasn't perfect
She was not perfect. Everybody liked Yang Chen, but she was worse than Kyoshi.
All right, so... And as we've seen in this new movie, Sonam wasn't perfect either.
No.
I personally believe Taga probably had her ass up in that mattress, and that's why she gave that nigga all them fucking powers. Like,
I will say that when I saw the movie, and that nigga...
He put that bitch through the mattress, and she was like, here's your airbending. You know what? I'm just
when
playing.
She said,
when
he said fix, I was like, oh, yeah, the airbender was on a whole different type of timing back then. Because he was like, we were peacekeepers. I'm like, where y'all? I was like, because she was damn near making a bunch of y'all niggas airbenders.
But here it is again, too, and I'll conclude with this as well. The comparisons, I feel like, ones that are not done in good faith need to stop.
Yeah.
They need to stop. Everybody has the right to be a fan of whoever they want to be a fan of, but like, bruh, the proof is right, the receipts are there. Don't watch the shows and then try to, there's nothing to misinterpret. There's nothing to try to flip and get y'all comprehension up. Get the stories right. Go rewatch the shit. And especially with this new movie, too, you make y'all arguments, but this is one moment within what an entire life in adulthood of Aang and the game. Because guess what?
Read the comics, because I'm about to.
That's one moment. But they got past that shit because we see where the world was for Legend of Korra. Everything isn't supposed to be perfect. That is the fucking point.
It's what you learn from and what you grow from.
That's the fucking point. And then I'm starting to hear Avatar Roku slander and shit. Like, what do you mean he should have just fucking took
his best friend out?
Not just his best friend, but a very highly political figure just for him to do that? That sounds like some dictator shit. He's supposed to keep the peace.
Yep.
What kind of unrest do you think would have fucking happened if Roku just said, I'm just about to kill this nigga because I don't like what he say he's about to do?
Facts.
That nigga stayed quiet though until he realized, all right then. So yeah.
In the terms of like comparing stuff, because I want this to be quick, because I don't even want to talk about it, because it gives me PTSD about Game of Thrones. Everybody's also asking about how we feel about the live action Avatar. I just want to say this.
I ain't watching that shit.
I just want to say this. And it's the same thing with Game of Thrones. It's the same thing with House of Dragons right now, too. Why are we deviating from the source material if there's source material?
Yeah.
I don't get it. If it's not broke, why the fuck are we fixing it? Why are we changing it? Why are we switching tones? Why are we switching how somebody died or how somebody got here? It don't for what? To make the tone darker, to make it more adult-like. It don't make fucking sense.
Can I also
They are losing money and losing fans because they want to change shit up because they've been trying to have a big dick competition about who has the most money in the production team. No, we ain't gonna do we gonna do it our ways. It's fucking dumb. Y'all lost me with Game of Thrones. Y'all lost me with House of Dragons just recently. And fuck this Avatar. My bad, because I barely look at this camera this whole time. And fuck this new Avatar. I saw like episode 2 that Jet was in the sinking library with the fucking owl and the rest of the team. Why the fuck is he there?
Can I also add, I also find it very interesting because I haven't watched it. It only took about 15 minutes within the very first episode of that series, babe, where I was like, yeah, I can't watch this. I can't watch it.
I appreciate them trying to make it a little bit darker and make it more adult-like, but it just didn't make sense.
And that doesn't bother me. Again, straying away from the source material, I think a lot of the casting is just
weak.
Not only weak, but it's kind of disrespectful because to completely whitewash most of these characters, it really takes away from the integrity of and the intention behind what the characters are and who they're inspired by and who they're based on culturally anyway.
Changing the character personality.
Listen. I'm about to get to that. So on that point, there are darker skinned Asians that should have been represented, especially through the Water Tribe, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day. Changing the personalities, especially about Aang. The things that y'all don't like that they changed about Aang in this live action series is exactly what the fuck we be talking about when we say this is why we believe Aang was such a wonderfully written character for the original series in comparison to Korra. So the same motherfuckers that want to complain about the kind of character that they're showing him as in this live action, yeah, let's keep that same fucking energy.
It's the same thing with Sokka.
Let's keep that same fucking energy.
Y'all ruined Sokka's character development because y'all was like, oh, we don't want Sokka to be real misogynist in the show because, you know, that's the point of what the
whole fucking point.
That's why he ends up with Suki. He comes from a
misogynistic tribe. That's how he gets with... You know what? We're not going to get into that. I haven't watched the show because I'm sorry. I would like to say I know it takes a lot of heart and a lot of work and a lot of everything, and there's a lot of young actors out here that's trying to get their bread, that's trying to get their shot. I'm sure that they've been doing their best, but for me, I just haven't watched the show. I can't engage with it. I'm happy and I'm satisfied with the damn near, if not perfect, product that was given to us via Avatar: The Last Airbender.
All right, so before we go, I got a quick question for you. I know we said we weren't going to do an activity, but I think this would be fun because I actually just saw this last week. That's why I forgot to send it to you. If any of these three characters had bending, which one would be more of a problem?
Okay. I saw somebody say that too. Who was that?
May with fire bending, Suki with earth bending, or Ty Lee with air bending?
Ty Lee would be a fucking problem.
I had my vote on that because
Ty Lee would be a problem with any bending. But
yeah,
with
she
earth
would.
Bending, air bending.
She's already elusive as fuck without the air bending.
Her and Suki, I think, is a tie.
It is a tie.
May would be dope, but that bitch so nonchalant. She just be like,
But yeah, Suki with her fighting style.
I was gonna say, May is so Shikamaru coded. This is a drag type shit.
Still fry your ass.
Suki and Ty Lee is neck and neck with that. Suki with fucking.
She already got straight hands. Looking like a miniature Kyoshi.
That bitch can scale a fucking wall in some slippers in her bare hands.
What was that prison escape scene?
In the fucking prison when they was riding.
He's like, hey, bro, I think your girl's straight, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What the fuck?
But Ty Lee, who's already elusive with no type of bending, could barely put your hands on her.
Literally.
And then she's the one that created the chi blocking, which hence what we got in KORRA. So, like, you add chi blocking to a damn airbending, tight roping ass bitch, bruh.
Yeah. Ty Lee with any bending would be a problem.
She would be.
Airbending, yeah. She'd be a fucking problem.
I saw one. I asked Alex this a few weeks ago. Another one was of the Gaang. That's
the gang?
Yeah, so the Gaang.
I feel like the Gaang is some new shit because I ain't heard that shit.
The gang is just.
I know it's the gang, but he's been saying the Gaang.
That sounds crazy.
Who would be a better avatar between Sokka?
Yeah, that was a good.
I think I saw that too.
And
Sokka.
Katara.
Sokka. That boy, like, no bending, no tactician out the ass. I'm sorry, like
I said any of them.
Any of them for sure, but I'm giving it to Sokka because he's finding himself in these situations where he has no bending, but he's still holding his own with his team. But also, a lot of these plans would not have gone through if it wasn't for Sokka.
Yeah.
So if you giving somebody the avatar state and power with the brain like Sokka, yeah, he a goofy ass nigga, but about like 8 out of 10 times his plans worked. Like, probably what the plan during the eclipse, the plan during Sozin's comment, bro. He was ready to go.
He did kind of lose his focus during the eclipse. Though.
He did because like he was worried about Suki, but that plan still would have worked and was gonna work if Azula wasn't the bitch that she was.
Oh, wait, he needed to lock in.
He did need to lock in, but he locked in when it came to the Sozin's comment coming.
But you know what he did?
What?
You know what he did after that? He took accountability.
He did.
He said, "You know what, y'all? That was on me.
Mm-hmm.
I should have never let that bitch play me. That was on me.
That's why he went so hard during Sozin's comment because like when they was training, and Aang was like, "I don't think I can do it." He sliced a little watermelon Lord's head. He's like, "I'm gonna need you to lock the fuck in because 100 years of this shit got to end today.
Today,
figure it out." Even Zuko was like, "That's why I like when Zuko attacked Aang because it wasn't like on some evil shit. It was like, bro, can you?" We out here having fun. Like, I understand later on, he was like, bro, we had a plan. We was going to wait till after the comment. He was like, Oh, okay. Wait. No, nigga, he's about to burn this shit down. Like,
okay, nigga, we seen it. We seen the show. But I want to end this. Let's wrap this up really quick. I wanted to know, what are some things you want to see for the future?
I want to see some of the comic books adapted, because I would like to see, I think Nate brought it up earlier, they're probably doing a short series with Zuko, probably looking for his mom, which everybody was always interested about. I still want to see a couple more adventures with Aang and Team Avatar, because that's doable. I want to see a couple short series about some past Avatar. Like, we can do like, not a what, like how they did What If, where it was like a collection of episodes, not what ifs, but a collection of episodes where each episode was pointed to a different Avatar, just so we can see what it was like in certain time periods. Like, I would like a short series about Yang Chen and Kyoshi. I would love to see that. And then maybe, I mean, we can't debunk and we can't redact KORRA, but I would like to see them come up with a different way of explaining the Avatar that doesn't involve a flying sperm cell.
I feel like that's canon at this point.
It is canon, but it don't have to be.
Especially now that it canonically, the Avatar line is gone.
Yeah.
But for me, I simply just would love to see a series that chronicles Aang and the gang's adult years. I feel like there's a lot of story to get into outside from just the personal stuff, because Aang and Katara end up having a family. I want to see that dynamic. I want to see Toph navigate love for herself.
Yeah, I want to see if it was true she cheated with Sokka or not.
I want to see Zuko, continue his reign as the Fire Lord, and as Fire Lord Zuko, and having to atone for his family's, crimes, and shit throughout the years, and in what way he's become a better leader. Let me get to it, my nigga. I want to see what happened to Azula. I want to see what happens to Uncle Iroh. I want to see the conception of fucking the Red Lotus group, and how that shit all started.
Well, they said Team Avatar did take them niggas down, so that would be fun to see.
I want to see that. So, and as well as any other conflicts that they had, during that particular time, I feel like that would be a really good solid series, at least 3 books.
Yeah.
I feel like you could tell like a whole story.
Absolutely. Just don't show me Aang dying.
Showing their trials and tribulations. I said their adulthood, like just not their older adulthood. Like, I don't feel like we need to see them when they're super old.
He wasn't. Like, Aang died at 40.
Prime, but their prime. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
He died in his 60s.
No, he didn't, Boogie.
That's what they said. They said he was like a 60-something-year-old man when he died.
Damn, they changed it, because I remember when first when KORRA came out, they said it was in his 40s. Yeah, it's 66.
What was that? And where'd you get that from?
Google.
But from what source?
It just, that AI shit popped up as soon as I asked it.
No, but get off of AI. What source did it come? Because I saw that on
Avatar Wiki.
Yeah. Thank you. Wiki Fandom has all that shit, canonically, all that bullshit. And
they said Aang died basically in like.
If he died in his 40s, then he would have been dead in those flashbacks in Legend of Korra. He was in his 40s.
He was supposed to have died like soon after that.
Look,
I don't remember.
They said the confusion about Aang being in his 40s come from the flashbacks in Legend of Korra, specifically during Yukon's trial, where Aang states he is 40 years old. He lived over 2 decades after that event, passing away from the heavy strain of his body suffered while frozen in the Avatar state. Okay, I was wrong. Again, I redact myself.
Because at the start of Legend of Korra, Tenzin and them is in their 40s.
Yeah.
Them niggas is old.
Katara's old as hell. Yeah.
So, all right.
You was right. I was wrong. I'm sorry. My apologies.
Thank you. Thank you for your sorry. Where's yours?
My bad.
Thank you very much. All right, everybody. I hope we can all come together as one, as fans of the Avatar universe. Let's all get it together.
You come for me in the comments, I will have time.
I don't give a fuck. And on that note, bye. Oh, my uterus.
Bye. Let's put this stuff on so I can go home.
Oh.
I gotta take another dump and I don't want to blow up your bathroom. Because I feel like this one gonna stink.
Is that really on camera? I'm keeping that on camera.
That's fine. I don't give a fuck.
God, dog.